coming into the weekend. 9 points off the playoff places, but only a point ahead of 22nd place Cardiff City, who face the Blades rivals Sheffield Wednesday this afternoon. Sheffield United went into the international break buoyed by their Derby Day victory against the Owls. Wasn't a classic for the neutral, but any win in that particular fixture will live long in the memory of those supporters, particularly given the last 3 Sheffield derbies had all ended goalless. More significantly, in terms of the league campaign, it leaves Sheffield United inside the top 2 positions in the Championship table. 4 straight victories, and even with the points deduction, they're 6 points better off at this stage in the Championship compared to the last time they were at this level, with 25 points from 15 games. The CBS Arena hasn't been a happy hunting ground for Sheffield United in recent times. They've won just 1 of their previous 9 visits here. However, this calendar year, it's Coventry's home form that has been really one of the biggest factors that has been holding them back. Nevertheless, regular crowds pushing 30,000 each weekend. And this, potentially the beginning and the dawn of a new era for this football club that is steeped in history. The 2 sets of players in the tunnel, ready to make their way onto the pitch in a few moments' time, led by Darren Bond. Here they come. And while speculation is rife that Frank Lampard's agreed to become the new Coventry City manager, it's Rhys Carr who takes the Sky Blues for the visit of Sheffield United. He may well only be in charge for 2 matches. Both, though, have come against the joint leaders. They came from behind to draw at Sunderland 2 weeks ago. Doug King addressed supporters at a fans forum over the international break, was highly emotive at times, described the parting of ways with Mark Robbins as being like going through a divorce as his 8-year spell at the club came to an end. No side has won more Championship matches than the Blades this season, and with a particularly stingy defence and even some key players missing through injury, they've really been flexing their muscles. 3 changes for Coventry City this afternoon. Ben Sheaf is fit again, takes his place in midfield and also takes back the captain's armband. Josh Eccles is back from suspension. Norman Bassett comes into the side to lead the line, having made his full debut for Belgium in midweek. Joel Latabodia drops back into defence. He's only just returned from international duty with Jamaica. Coventry Sports Science team working on a sleeping pattern with him over the last few days to get him back and ready for the side. The significant headline team news for Sheffield United is the loss of their captain Ollie Arblaster. Faces a lengthy spell on the sidelines after going off at half-time in the Sheffield derby. Confirmed he suffered a ruptured ACL, which could well end his season. Another player from the youth ranks, Sidney Peck, comes in his place. Rhys Carr spent 2 years as an academy coach at Sheffield United. May well have seen some of these young players, the likes of Sidney Peck, make an impression, as they have done on the first team this season. Doug King, in his programme notes ahead of kick-off today, says the next chapter to rejoin the Premier League is the hardest task Coventry have got. More money's at risk, and the league remains distorted in terms of the balance of budget and financial muscle. What a big afternoon it is for this man. He turned 20 just last week. There were other options available, but Rhys Carr has put his faith in the Belgian. A couple of familiar faces for Sheffield United returning to their former club. Michael Cooper, the goalkeeper, who joined from Plymouth in the summer, has kept more clean sheets than anybody else in the Championship this season. Part of the stingiest defence in the league. 13 games played, 9 clean sheets to his name. Chris Wilder became close friends with Mark Robins during his time as the Rotherham manager. Knows their opponents may be a little less predictable under the interim manager. Callum O'Hare, who turned down the opportunity to stay with Coventry in the summer, makes his return to the CBS Arena. Admitted before the game that he was a little unsure as to the kind of reception that he would get. He did say if he scores this afternoon, he won't celebrate the goal. He's yet to score in the colours of Sheffield United. Gustavo Harmer, another of those players returning to his old club. Chris Wilder and his team have been climbing the Championship table. He too was climbing one or two tables, celebrating that derby win against Sheffield Wednesday. Pictures on social media of him singing a few songs in a local pub with the England cricket legend Joe Root, also a fellow Blade. But it's back to the serious business now, though, as the Sky Blues look to lift the dark clouds that have hung over them this season. A sloppy pass gives away a throw-in, which has been taken by Van Ivak. Coventry once again lining up with 3 across the back. 5 in midfield. Torp supporting assets up front. As Cooper was put under pressure. The ball is kept in play by Harrison Burrows. Highly impressive for Sheffield United in the short time he's been at the club. And Peterborough United. Here is Bassett now, who tries to turn onto his left foot and manages to find the pass as well. Well intercepted though by Jezran Ragsaki. No Haji Wright for Coventry this afternoon. Ellis Sims, another of their key goal threats, on the bench. Van Ivak plays it back and it's into defence with Latabodia. And the captain's armband at the Stadium of Light a couple of weeks ago. Played in midfield in that game, but moved back into the back 3 now. Ian Kitching dropping to the bench alongside Brandon Thomas Asante and Ellis Sims. Bassett comes away with the ball now and does well to get into the box. Goes down under a challenge. No penalty, but they do get the first corner of the game. Forwards had to be patient this season, joining from French second-tier side Cannes in the summer. Played at Mechelen on loan in Belgium last season. Sheffield United's defensive record is highly impressive. How will they deal from this set piece? They're crowding the 6-yard box, Coventry City. Ball played in towards the near post. Comes off of a Sheffield United player for a second successive corner. Victor Torp with the second opportunity from the corner. Goes into the same area. Sheffield United clear, but O'Hare can't bring it under control. Sidney Peck sees the ball out and behind for a goal kick. As one player is ruled out with long-term injury in the form of Ollie Arblaster, and Sidney Peck gets his opportunity. Another who's been out since March is back on the bench. A welcome return for Tom Davis this afternoon. Had a wretched season with Sheffield United last year in the Premier League after signing from Everton. Chris Wilder has talked about the brilliant player he's been around the place, even when out at the side injured though. Campbell. Oh, it's chipped over the top, no flag, but Cooper comes and gathers on the edge of his area. Bassett has looked lively in these opening exchanges for Coventry. Back with Brad Collins in goal for just the second time this season for Coventry this afternoon. Oliver Dovin is back on the bench today after missing the Sunderland game with what was described as a freak accident. They were the only details given in the build-up to the match. Coventry now coming forward on the counter though. Van Hewitt's cross is cut out. Burrows will prevent the corner and get the ball away, but it is given back to Coventry City now. Ben Sheaf on the ball, often urged to shoot from that kind of position. Torp works the ball out for Rodoni onto the left foot. Rodoni's cross cleared away. A player who's been brought in to Coventry from Huddersfield, Jack Rodoni, really with an eye on providing that creativity from midfield that they lost with Callum O'Hare moving the opposite way last season. This time it's a decent ball played in and just caught under the feet of Rodoni. Van Ivek has been getting a bit of space to work down this right-hand side. Reece Carr never played professionally. Joined Coventry's coaching staff under Mark Robbins in the summer though, and now in charge of the first team. De Silva into the box now. Thought about shooting, does manage to lay the ball off though, and it was struck with power and struck straight to the goalkeeper by Ben Sheaf. Often the player who makes Coventry City tick. Sheaf on the ball again though. And the Coventry supporters are really up for this one. Lovely dummy from Eccles to work the ball out to the left-hand side. De Silva now. Over hits the cross, but it gets caught under the feet of Burrows, who does get the ball clear in the end. And Coventry win a free kick as Rodoni goes down, and well, Sheffield United have been wrestled in the early stages of this game. Reece Carr spent 2 years as the under-18 and under-23 coach with Sheffield United. He wanted to move back to South Wales, so he left the club 3 years ago. A licensed coach says he's been taking things day by day. Wasn't too sure even up until yesterday whether it would be him taking the team here. Torp delivers. It's cleared only as far as the edge of the box, and the shot coming in from Eccles deflected behind for a third Coventry corner in the opening 9 minutes of this game. Nine defeats in their last 14 home matches, stretching back to last season. They'd lost just one of their opening 16 games last season before the 2024 slump in form. This time a little more height on the delivery, but too much height this time. So much so, he's out for a throw-in on this near side of the field. Coventry have only kept 2 clean sheets this season. Quite the contrast to their opponents, who've got 10. Leeds ended the season with the most clean sheets in the Championship last season. That was 19. So Sheffield United already more than halfway towards that, and we're not even a third of the way through the season yet. Boos for O'Hare as he got onto the ball. Raksaki, on loan from Crystal Palace, wins the free kick. Was locked in contract negotiations from right back this time a year ago. So the opportunity to move on for nothing though, Callum O'Hare. Particularly galling for the home supporters to lose a player of that quality on a free. Particularly when Gustavo Harmer had been sold to Sheffield United for 15 million 12 months earlier. Ball pass out from the former Coventry man, Gus Harmer. It's probably the standout performer in the Premier League for Sheffield United last season in what was a wretched campaign. Chris Wilder rebuilding the squad this year. Several players who've been part of the furniture at the club for a number of years, part of their success in the first spell under Chris Wilder, moved on for various different reasons in the summer. Bassett lays it off for Van Ivik. Bidoni, Sheaf and Eccles combine. Coventry supporters, even after the decision to get rid of Mark Robins, have been somewhat divided on whether it was the right thing to do or whether it was time, as Raksaki overruns the ball right in front of the dugout there, and Chris Wilder, well, not the sort of position you want to be running the ball off the pitch in front of the dugout there. He got in the ear then from the manager. Mark Robins was actually back in Coventry on Thursday to pick up an honorary degree at Coventry University. Took along the club's former chief executive Dave Boddy as his guest. Bassett now. Has he got the pace to get the better of Akhmedovic? He has, but appeals for a penalty are in vain. The free kick is given the other way. Delightful defence-splitting ball to play in three from Torp, though. You have to go back 12 matches for the last time that Sheffield United conceded in the first half of a game. Josh Sargent's goal for Norwich City back on the 24th of August. That's the only goal they have conceded in the first half this season. Now they come forward with Raksaki. It's a first-time ball, and it's a goal for Tyrese Campbell, who cannot stop scoring. A Derby Day winner. 4 in his last 5 matches, and against the run of play, unlucky 13 minutes for Coventry City. They fall behind, and Sheffield United leads. Superb counter-attack from Sheffield United. It began with this ball out wide for Raksaki, who crossed perfectly first time for Tyrese Campbell to score. What a great bit of business it's been from Chris Wilder to bring in the striker late in the summer. Taking him a while to get up to speed, but my words, he is in the form of his life right now. Already halfway towards his best ever goal-scoring tally in his time at Stoke City. Change of manager, no change of luck for Doug King and Coventry City, at the CBS Arena. And for the first time this lunchtime, the atmosphere has fallen a little flat. It's a familiar story. You look at a lot of their matches this season at home and they haven't played badly. They were leading and then inexplicably threw things away against Sheffield Wednesday here, with Danny Roll celebrating like Wednesday had won the league at the end of that game. But they just cannot convert possession and attacking intent into goals, into victories at the moment. Sheaf with a hit for Van Eyck. Back with Michael Cooper. And Sheffield United now playing with a bit of swag as they come forward looking for another. Harmer's ball through. Raksaki gives it back. I guess Harmer's effort could have been going anywhere. Coventry got the bodies in the way of it then. In front of those travelling supporters, they do concede the corner. Jesserin Raksaki, one of a number of loan players that they've brought in this season who've stepped up championship ready. Going to be O'Hare to deliver. 6 goals and set pieces this season, Sheffield United. Only one from a corner. Played towards the near post. They did get ahead to the ball. And it's Harry Souttar who puts it over the bar. Started each of the last 13 championship matches. The Leicester City loanee had a busy old week as well. Started both games for Australia in World Cup qualifying. Goalless draw with Saudi Arabia and a 2-2 draw with Bahrain just 3 days ago. Souttar jetting back across the world. Lunchtime kickoffs really testing Collins' ball downfield is played back easily to his opposite number, Michael Cooper. Cheers as it's given away there, but a free kick is conceded too. That's a Bodian out on media duties for Coventry City yesterday. Admitted that while he was away with Jamaica, the WhatsApp group was buzzing with anticipation as to who might be the new manager. Something he said the players do talk about over coffee. Ruud van Nistelrooy, former Coventry striker Robbie Keane, among the names linked with the position. It looks as though it will be the former Derby County, Chelsea and Everton boss, Frank Lampard. He may well even be in charge with a quick turnaround of matches in time for the trip to Burnley in midweek. Souza. Shaki is the target again. And the ball is putting into the back of the net from Tyrese Campbell for the goal that separates the two sides so far. Had a real torrid few months as well. Absolutely terrible news in the summer, and the loss of his father, Kevin Campbell, such a popular figure, former player, and such a big influence on his son's career as well. It came just weeks after Tyrese Campbell had been released by Stoke City. Chris Wilder, though, one of his real specialities is picking up players that have got that bit between their teeth and making good of them. Wilder actually admitted that he tried to sign Tyrese Campbell 5 years ago, a teenager at the time, before he signed a new contract with Stoke at the time. Bobby Thomas now. Chipped down the line. Looking for Radoni. Torp. Field pass and some space for Van Eyck to get down that right channel, but they try and build again instead from the back. It's Latabodia now, approaching the midway stage of the first half. Slightly overrun, but Van Eyck picks the ball up anyway. It was a teasing looking cross. Bassett threw himself at it, effort comes in and is charged down from Eccles, who now gets them running down the left-hand side, gets it back from De Silva. And it's a good-looking cross, it's gone all the way through. Sheffield United appeal for the flag, and it's touched in by Norman Bassett. It was a big call to start the Belgian this afternoon, but it's paid off. Coventry City are back on level terms, and Sheffield United, well, it was a soft goal from their point of view, a deep cross which looked as though it may well have got all the way through, but Bassett's got the faintest of touches to guide it beyond Cooper. It was Eccles who crossed. His first goal for the club. A real striker's finish too. O'Hare backheels it for Campbell. The Blades looking for a quick fire response. Raksaki shoots. Burrows. Nichols in the way of it. And Coventry City come away with the ball. Back to the goalkeeper by Souza. Bassett is running everywhere now. They were 2-0 down after 35 minutes at Sunderland. Had to come from behind in a number of matches this season. 2 down at half-time in 2 of their last 4 games, in fact. But they did come from behind to beat Luton Town here just a few weeks ago. They were 2 down in that one as well. This even more impressive, though, against such a resilient side and in-form side in Sheffield United too, with 4 straight wins coming into this game. Raksaki. Harmer. And then O'Hare is tackled but wins a free kick. Big expectations wearing the number 10 shirt at Sheffield United. Callum O'Hare wearing a shirt once worn by the likes of Morgan Gibbs-White, Illiman and Dye in recent years. Goes down under another challenge there, and it's another challenge from Josh Eccles, his former teammate. Darren Bond looked as though he was going into his pocket then, but resisted. O'Hare, though, on the end of a bit of rough treatment in this first half. Here he is on the ball again. It is that pantomime time of year, and he's playing the role of villain at the moment. Here's Siddy Peck. Akhmedovic plays it through as well, and it was nearly on a plate for O'Hare. And in a split second, the ball was blocked in his path, but that was an opportunity for Sheffield United. Akhmedovic getting into the box. Just about playing it through. Palmer's delivery from the set-piece, goalkeeper gets something on it. Van Ivijk. A big clearance gives possession back to Sheffield United. Another former Coventry player in Sam McCallum on the bench for the Blades this afternoon. Burrows making his 200th career appearance today. And it's back to Suter. Chelsea loanee Alfie Gilchrist. Gilchrist gets it back from Peck. Akhmedovic. Good spell of possession. Sheffield United, Raksaki. Scored a couple of goals at Bramall Lane against Luton to get off the mark before the last international break. It's back with Cooper. Coventry swarming around the Sheffield United players, and it forces Akhmedovic to uncharacteristically put the ball out for a throw-in. Bobby Thomas finds Ben Sheaf with a bit of space opening up now. Ivijk. Rudoni gives it back to Sheaf. And Ivijk now thought about taking on his man. Sheaf's path is blocked. Really trying to play it around the outside, but it's given away. And another free kick for a foul on Callum O'Hare. One of his best mates is Jack Grealish, not too dissimilar look about them and style of play. They share family connections and played in the Gaelic leagues in the Birmingham area growing up. Sheaf. Bassett. Playing with confidence and wins a corner, albeit the effort was somewhat ambitious. One thing Reece Carr will be absolutely delighted with, though, is the response from his Coventry City players to going behind in this game, having started it so well. They've scored 5 of their 20 goals from corners this season. Can it be a 6th? It was right onto the head of Lewis Binks. It should have been. And Binks' wait for a first career goal goes on. He was unmarked, and they were playing the ball in towards that near post. The opportunity was coming. That goes down as a good chance for Lewis Binks. Medodic gives it away again now. Does well to recover. Torp. Had Bassett waiting for the ball in the box if he could have found the pass. The corners are racking up for Coventry. Binks is forward again. So too Bobby Thomas. Plenty of movement inside the box. Thomas is the target. Flick back out, they can get the ball in again. Goalkeeper comes and gathers superbly. The other end, Campbell. Well recovered by Van Eybeek. A great quick bit of thinking though from Michael Cooper to bowl that Peter Schmeichel-like over the halfway line. Brad Collins played a couple of times against Sheffield United for Barnsley. Both ended in defeat. The goalkeeper had 4 years in South Yorkshire with Sheffield United's neighbours. Was a regular last season, played in the FA Cup semi-final against Manchester United, but lost his place this season. In fact, been third choice keeper this season, but Ben Wilson out injured as well. Torp. Taken away from under the feet of Ben Sheaf. It's retrieved by Binks. That's a Bodia. Radoni. Chief gives it to Radoni. He tries to skip into the box. Bassett. Not enough power, but again, he's got superb movement to get into those positions and peel away from his marker. He was onside. I think in the end, maybe caught in two minds whether to cross or shoot, and in the end, neither. Risky, but they get away with it. It's Peck on the ball now. Sheffield United throw. Campbell. Couldn't bring the ball under control. Calmly dealt with by De Silva. But then it was a sloppy pass, and it might break fear here for Harmer. It was unselfish. Raksaki! Sheffield United lead once more. And just like that, they were caught in possession, Coventry. And my word, Sheffield United have been ruthless in punishing them. Harmer, the provider, may well have been inclined to shoot and go for glory against his old club. But instead, He provided the assist for Raksak. He rode the line perfectly. And what a great left-footed finish that was. He's a huge talent, all right. And the England under-21 international gets his third goal of the season. Right foot assist, left foot goal. And Sheffield United lead once more. Gus Harmer, Coventry fans, on a few podcasts this week discussing just how good a player he was for them, some concluding he was arguably their best player since relegation from the Premier League all those years ago. Although it was a tired clearance from him there, and it might allow Coventry to build an attack with De Silva. De Silva did well to hold off the challenge of Gilchrist. Two players who've both come through the ranks at Chelsea. And Binks' cross wins a corner. The goal scorer will have absolutely delighted his manager with his defensive responsibilities there. Torp with another chance from a number of set pieces for Coventry in the first half. It's a decent delivery this time, and the goalkeeper got something on it and just enough. Asks a lot of Eccles to keep it in play there. It was Torp, in fact, and it's out for a goal kick in the end. That's a Bodier, he met the cross, but it was a downwards header. It took the sting out of the ball. It was bouncing awkwardly, but the goalkeeper just about did enough under pressure from Bassett. Doncaster-born player Joel Neto-Bodier. O'Hare, as if you didn't know, you could tell by the booze. Harmer nearly gets there. Angle crossfield ball, and it's a decent looking pass. Needing support, they get it in the end. Van Eyvijk now. Redoni finds Sheaf, orchestrating things from midfield. Former Arsenal man back on the ball now, played into defence. But for injuries, Coventry feared Sheaf might be the latest target in the transfer market. Victor Gyökeres very much in the conversation. Some of Europe's biggest clubs, a player who left them 18 months ago as Redoni crosses, diving header, what a save from Cooper. Victor Torp's gone down injured, with some Coventry players going over to the assistants on the far side. And he looks in a bit of trouble here as well. Great ball from Redoni, and he threw himself at that one. Torp getting in between two Sheffield United defenders, and both doing their defensive jobs, but I think he took a whack from the stud on the face there. It was a great save from Cooper. What a find he has been. He has been highly impressive in recent years for Plymouth Argyle, named in the League One Team of the Year, got the Golden Glove Award with the ex-Coventry loanee David Stockdale Both keeping a similar number of clean sheets, and we're going to have a little delay here. And, well, this is a sign of the conditions the players have been playing in this lunchtime. We had snow yesterday, we've had wind and rain today. Even the PA system went down for a bit before kick-off. Cooper in no great hurry to get play back underway. O'Hare, and it's played back by Burrows into defence. Back with Cooper now as we go into the final 5 minutes of the first half plus stoppage time. Ahmedovich. Harmer and O'Hare both eager to get on the ball. And then Peck brought into a challenge as he peeled away from his marker, and a foul by Ben Sheaf. And he just turned 20, Sidney Peck. 14 of his 15 senior appearances have come this season. He scored for the England elite squad in a 4-0 win against Germany in the break, what used to be the under-20s. Not a homegrown player, though. He joined the academy at Sheffield United from Arsenal at a young age. Rodoni. Silva did well to control, and that was a heavy pass from Sheaf, and now he's forced back. Bobby Thomas and Latabodia work the ball out to the right-hand side, and there is some space this time. Panayvik. Lovely back heel, and that looks like a penalty appeal, and a strong one too, nothing given. But Coventry still keep going, and it's dragged wide by Torp, who's had a couple of chances late in this half. Well, Sousa will say he won the ball. Maybe it was the body position of Rodoni there. Coventry fans not happy. It's only the second championship game that Darren Bond's taken charge of this season. Oh, and now it's going off, and now Sheffield United are going to be a man down, I'm pretty sure of that. It's all kicked off. Anil Ahmedovich got himself involved, overreacted, and it's a flashpoint in this game. The Bosnia and Herzegovina defender looks sheepish, and he is off. He was the last Sheffield United player to be sent off, actually. That was back in May, and it's their first red card of the season. What happened off the ball? Well, that is maybe what Ahmedovich is furious about, because he reacted to something, and that might well change the whole complexion of this game. That was the challenge that he received on him. And then there was a little bit of afters with him and Bassett. Bassett got involved as well, and he can count himself pretty lucky, because he did put his hands on Ahmedovich, but that reaction He fell into the trap. Well, that, I think, says it all. Bassett booked as well, but he'll take that one for the team, won't he? Chris Wilder, Alan Neil and Jack Lester in deep discussion on the touchline. You're going to have a reshuffle now. Already depleted. And they're going to make an instant change. And Jack Robinson, who's only started one championship game this season, comes on, and, well, the collateral damage, if you like, in that situation is the goal scorer. Tyrese Campbell goes off. Needs must. Sheffield United managers explaining that decision to him, but first and foremost, they've got to see out the last minutes or so of this added-on time and then regroup at the break. Akmedodic had 5 yellow cards already this season. Bassett is really not too popular among Sheffield United players and supporters right now. But the fact of the matter is, he got the reaction that he wanted. Can they get an equaliser now? Lovely footwork to bring it under control. And Ivake. Lovely cross as well, but cleared away by Suter. O'Hare wants a free kick. Coventry will want a couple more minutes at the end of this half. Their tails are up. Sousa, though, and could they get caught on the counter here? Burrow's cross, calmly gathered by Brad Collins. What an atmosphere it is now. Bassett now. He has certainly provided 2 of the big first half talking points. Milan Van Ivake, Sheep, De Silva. Eccles. Thought about shooting. Van Ivake crosses. Robinson involved straight away, and he's taken the captain's armband straight away as well. He is the club captain. Sheep. Took a while for the flag to go up against Bassett. Well, as weeks go, it's been a pretty eventful one for him. First senior cap for Belgium, first goal for Coventry, and involved in that flashpoint which, at best, for Sheffield United, has forced them into a change that will probably see them go backs against the wall in this second half. Best for Coventry. It may well open things up for another comeback here. Binks brings it out of defence for Coventry. Darren Bond showed a red card in his only other championship game he's officiated this season as well, against Millwall against Preston. Imodo Amaku sent off by Bond in that game back in September as well. This wasn't down to any controversy though. Anel Akhmedodic, guilty of reacting to a situation. Adoni finds Eccles. .37% of the actions beat in the final third for Coventry. Just 17 for Sheffield United, but they've got 2 goals. Lovely cross though, this time downward header. De Silva kept out by another brilliant save by Cooper, right on the stroke of half-time. And indeed, that is the last action of the first half. Van Heijwijk's cross and a downward header. And well, Sheffield United lead at the break, largely thanks to their goalkeeper, and in spite of Norman Bassett's controversial at times, but heavily involved performance in the first half. Vinicius Souza, I should say, in the word of the referee at the break. And having opened the scoring, Tyrese Campbell is substituted before half-time as a result of the red card. Jezren Raksaki's goal puts Sheffield United back in front. And in a highly charged encounter, they lead at the interval. Welcome back to the CBS Arena. Both sides back out onto the pitch for this second half, where Coventry City trail at home to Sheffield United, who for a few hours at least are heading clear at the top of the championship table. But if they are to do that, then they'll have to hold on in this second period with 10 men. Anel Akhmedodic sent off just before half-time. It forced a defensive reshuffle. Jack Robinson replacing Tyrese Campbell, the in-form striker, putting Sheffield United in front. But a man down and a central defender down, Chris Wilder had little choice but to make the substitution. On another change at the interval as well, and with the opportunity to have a bit of a reshuffle, it's Femi Siriki, one of a number of promising youngsters for the Blades, who rather surprisingly replacing Jesurin Raksaki at the break as well. Raksaki with a goal and assist to his name. Whether that is tactical or whether the Crystal Palace loanee had picked up an injury, I'm not too sure. He has had a real busy week. Came on as a sub for England's under-21s against Spain in Cadiz and the Netherlands in Almere. Coventry City looking to prevent a 10th defeat in 15 matches on their home patch. Chris Wilder has only lost once in 6 appearances against Coventry City as manager of Northampton, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough and Watford. Solitary defeat coming 2 years ago here for Middlesbrough. Suter wins the header at the back, but Coventry pick up the second ball and come forward down the left-hand side with De Silva, who had such a great chance to equalise right on half-time. Binks and Radoni work it back out to the left-hand side. Here is Jack Radoni, left-footed ball, player goes tumbling inside the penalty area as the cross comes in. No surprise that it's Norman Bassett who's involved again, says to the referee to have a little look at that one. Well, it was Callum O'Hare that was booed every time he touched the ball in the first half. I think if this was at Bramall Lane, it would be Bassett very much on the receiving end of it from the Sheffield United supporters. A goal, a yellow card, involved in the controversy to get Ahmedhodzic sent off, and within the first 2 minutes of the second half, looking to win a penalty. Tariki goes down at the other end and the substitute flies into a challenge as well. And he started the one game for Sheffield United this season and off the bench. He has been involved a fair few times as a substitute. Chris Wilder not known for necessarily placing a lot of faith in youngsters unless they're outstanding players like David Brooks a few years ago, but the work that both Jack Lester and Michael Collins, both on his first team coaching staff now, have done in bringing through these youngsters. Radoni, De Silva, manages to make the space to get the cross in, glanced away by the former Coventry man Harmer. The way you would pass at the back though. Likely to be the last time that this man holds fort. In discussion with George Boateng, another to be introduced to the coaching staff in the summer. Resisted the temptation to make any changes yet. Do have the likes of Ellis Sims, Brandon Thomas, Asante, Ephraim Mason-Clark, even the youngster Kai Andrews to add attacking impetus against the 10 men. Bassett's made the run. It's well read though. And Robinson, and a free kick is given this time. Foul on Sousa. Pretty hefty old challenge from Victor Torp. Weren't really any flashpoints in the first 40 minutes or so of this game. It was a fairly respectful, timid affair, but my word, since it kicked off after that red card, there's been an undercurrent, shall we say. Not long by Cooper, kept in play for O'Hare. Torp wins Coventry a throw. Sousa began the game as captain, handed the armband over to Robinson when he came on. Two players who famously had an on-pitch spat last season in what was such a frustrating Premier League campaign. That's to put it kindly. Eccles tried to pass the ball into the feet of Radoni. Three assists so far this season, Jack Radoni, and he scored the late equaliser last time out against Sunderland as well. That finished 2-2. Here's Binks. Loan move from Bologna, made permanent in the summer. Latabodia, he's certainly put in the miles over the last 10 days. Suffered a heavy defeat. Steve McLaren's Jamaica against the USA. Chase is on for Sariki. Collins, the third goalkeeper used by Coventry already this season. Sidney Peck on the ball. A little too early to go for the corner flag yet, but he runs out of space and it's out for a throw-in. Sheaf tries to get Coventry City going as they come over the halfway line with De Silva. Bassett gives chase, but well defended by Sousa. No surprise really that Sheffield United will try and slow down the pace of the game. Not only is this a club record, 10 clean sheets at this stage of the season for Sheffield United, only third team since it became the Championship who've kept 10 clean sheets in the first 15 games. They don't have one this afternoon, but they do have a valuable lead, and if it stays the same, it'll be 5 straight victories for Sheffield United since their last defeat exactly a month ago to the day away at Middlesbrough. 8 games between now and the new year. Sousa put under pressure, got a little bit lucky there, came off the back heel as he went for the header and missed it. Cooper will knock this over the halfway line. Palmer tries to force the mistake from the goalkeeper. Calmly dealt with though, and Binks tries to set Coventry on the attack. Some space now for Sheaf, who works it down the line. Ball played in. by De Silva. Picks it up on the edge of the area again. Might sit up kindly there for the effort from Eccles. Air kick from Eccles, but he keeps on going to try and win it back and forces a throw. Lovely ball from De Silva. Unused substitute for Wales through the Nations League, won his first cap for Wales back in the summer. Redoni, shape to shoot, instead finds De Silva. Coventry reluctant to pull the trigger at the moment. De Silva lashes across in though. Redoni crowded out inside the penalty area, tries to get the ball from under his feet. And another hefty challenge in midfield there, right in front of the referee. Eccles and Harmer, former midfield partners. And we are going to see the first change now for Coventry City, and well, it looks as though they're going for the triple change. Brandon Thomas Asante, Tatsuhiro Sakamoto, this is the first substitution, and it's Norman Bassett who is going to make way. He certainly made his mark on this game. Madabodia, unsurprising, he goes off after the week he's had on the international circuit as well. And Efron Mason-Clark is the third player to come on for Coventry. 3 attacking changes. Torp is the player who goes off as well. And, well, the Mason-Clark, who hasn't started any of the last 7 championship matches for Coventry now. A player who arrived with great expectation from Peterborough United. He's going to be up against his old teammate Harrison Burrows for the next half an hour or so. Yet to score, only 1 assist, and a somewhat underwhelming start to his career with Coventry City. Here is Thomas Asante going toe-to-toe for the ball with Suter there. Sakamoto, great run on the overlap, decent looking ball as well. De Silva keeps it going into the box. Sheffield United look rattled. Souza throws himself into a challenge. Sakamoto now. Slightly under hit for Thomas Asante. He was looking for a penalty. And he's going to go into the book for simulation. He was running away from goal. I have to say, Burrows didn't actually get anything on the ball there. Fierce contest. As the championship weekend already kicked off with a belter on Friday night as Plymouth equalised Yet again, a deep in stoppage time goal against Watford last night. And this game has had pretty much a bit of everything in it as well. And we've still got half an hour to go. Sheffield United are readying another change of their own after that triple substitution, and you can see again the players are just getting at each other off the ball there. It's Thomas Asante and Burrows having a bit of afters. And, well, he's on a booking, Harrison Burrows, which explains his withdrawal. And Sam McCallum, who's had 3 spells with Coventry City, off the bench for his 150th league appearance. And it's a straight swap in one area that Chris Wilder isn't short of options at left-back. Didn't want sympathy. Said that it's part of the learning process for Ollie Arblaster after a serious injury was confirmed yesterday from the Sheffield derby ACL. Said we won't see him this side of Christmas, and it will be a bonus if they do see him before the end of the season. Sariki does well to win a throw for Sheffield United down by the corner flag. His first experiences in the dugout go, it can't really have been much tougher for Rhys Carr. 2 matches against the top 2 teams in the Championship. Doug King, we expect an imminent announcement on the new manager, widely tipped to be Frank Lampard. Some reports say the deal is done. Having drawn his first game as interim head coach 2-2 at Sunderland. Can Coventry get it back to 2-2 here? Sakamoto managed to keep the ball in play. Binks. Mason Clark links up well with De Silva. De Silva hangs across it. Sakamoto the target. McCallum first to the ball. Here's De Silva again. Mason Clark now. Mason Clark's cross put out for a throw-in. They had a flurry of corners in the first half, but couldn't find any joy from those set pieces. Sheaf. Van Ivik. Sakamoto and Radoni combine. Coventry forced back with Sheffield United banked on the edge of their penalty area. Here from Mason Clark now. Here's the cross in back towards the penalty spot. Sheaf with a deep cross. Goalkeeper came and thought about it. Sariki puts it behind for a corner. Sheffield United, their players turning to their supporters, looking for the 12th man behind that goal. They have got, you would imagine, a fair bit of defending to do for the next 25 minutes. Scrumming shoes inside the penalty area. They're going for the outswinger this time. It's Rodoni's delivery. And Novemb shoots. Way wide of the post in the end. Did it take a touch on the way? The only goal so far this season came in the first home game of the campaign against Oxford United. Coventry scored a 97th minute winner in that one. Second corner in quick succession. This time it's an in-swinger. Eludes everybody. Binks was waiting, but no one able to get a touch on it. Does go for a throw though, and Alfie Gilchrist, calm as you like, strolls over to take it. Remarkable that this is his first taste of senior football, regular senior football for Sheffield United this season. Sakamoto now. McCallum threw himself into that one to put it behind for a corner. Given his opportunity in the Football League by Coventry City, Sam McCallum was playing for Herne Bay in the Isthmian League Division 1 South when they signed him as a League 1 club. Got himself a big money move to Norwich City off the back of that, as the corner is headed away by Suter. Van Ivijk now, he shoots off the outside of the post. They're getting closer. And this time a set piece does almost produce a goal. Not direct from the corner, but he picked up the pieces on the edge of the box. Cooper may well have had that one covered. 82% save ratio this season, which, if you're wondering what that converts to, well, put it like this, it's twice as many as any other keeper in the division. What that does mean, though, is that there are chances to be had for Coventry. As Brandon Thomas-Asante keeps the ball in play. Sakamoto drills a low cross in. Rodoni was arriving in the box with a flashback to Sunderland 2 weeks ago when he equalised. Not too dissimilar to the kind of cross that produced the equaliser in the first half, with two different players involved. Only Leeds and Middlesbrough have taken more shots at goal than Coventry this season. But if you're one for XG, given Coventry's position, it may not surprise you that they have the second worst XG in the Championship. Ephron Mason-Clark looks to produce a meaningful chance, and he does! And it's in from Asante, but the flag is up. Brandon Thomas-Asante knew straight away. Great ball in from Ephron Mason-Clark, though. And a tidy finish as well for a player who has only scored 3 goals so far this season after joining from West Brom. Chris Wilder leaning heavily on his coaching staff. Alan Neil, the inventor of the overlapping centre half, such an important figure for him. Wilder was actually his assistant at Bury many years ago before taking the Oxford job, and then Neil became his number 2 at Northampton and followed him to Bramall Lane. Binks. Every time they get the ball on the edge of the box, Coventry want them to shoot, but they're trying to work it into the area. Sheath. Drop of the shoulder and finds De Silva. De Silva's cross might cause problems. Cooper got a touch to it. It was a good touch as well because he knocks it off of the Coventry City player Jack Radoni. And for making the save, he earns his side a goal kick. Robinson is being called over by Darren Bond. Slight look of perplexion on the face of Binks as he's spoken to as well by the referee. And it's a yellow card for Josh Eccles. The cards are starting to tally up. This is what will be debated, what will be talked about, I'm sure, by both managers after the game. Can't complain at the red card, but you can't help but think he was honey-trapped into the reaction that he gave by Norman Bissett, who, maybe for his own good, has been withdrawn in this second half. He was on a booking. Chris Wilder certainly enjoyed the celebrations after the Steel City derby last time out. They'd drawn each of the last 3 derby matches 0-0. It wasn't a great game of football, but Tyrese Campbell's winner, combined with an international break, allowed Wilder to let off steam after the game. Celebrated in a pub with Joe Root, no less, and well, Danny Roll wasn't too happy with some of the songs that were being sung about him by the Sheffield United players and staff, but he is a born and bred blade. Chris Wilder played for the club on 3 separate occasions, now back for his second spell as manager, and he knows how to build a promotion-winning team. Just ask supporters of Oxford United, just ask supporters of Northampton Town, and Sheffield United supporters certainly don't need telling. Part of building a promotion-winning team is being able to see games out, being able to handle the pressure when you're under the cosh. And this is where we may well see a different side of Sheffield United as they try and hold on here. De Silva. Siriki did well just to stand his man and get it away, and the free kick, much to the surprise of Binks, is given. And Gustavo Harmer avoided the bird from the home supporters in the first half with Callum O'Hare, a returning player who was targeted for the role he's played in this game. Maybe that might change. Ryan Onar is the latest player to be introduced to the bench and the latest academy graduate to enter the field as well. Scored Sheffield United's only goal from a header this season. Ryan Onar. And, well, he's still yet to get his first goal for Sheffield United, but he might well be making a winning return to his old club, Coventry. He was pretty respectful before the game when he was talking to the media, but no surprise really for a player who made 182 appearances, scored 22 goals over 5 years. Fans weren't happy with him, winding down his contract to leave the club. And he makes way, as too does Gus Harmer, who does get a ripple of applause from the home supporters as he comes off too. And the fifth and final substitution for the Blades, Jamie Shackleton. Lost his place in the side after the defeat against his old club Leeds last month. You've got Oxford United, Chris Wilder's old club, on Tuesday night. Then, next weekend, Sunderland, the visitors to Bramall Lane in what makes up the current top two in the table. What order they will be in heading into that game might well be determined in the next 15 minutes or so. Wilder knows his side need to build from that defensive solidity. Talked about a fractured dressing room when he took over last season. Some players, he said, just didn't want to be there, and he's got them together this year. Sakamoto, decent looking cross, a glancing header. Ellis Sims almost there. Wonder whether the touch from Thomas Asante maybe took it away from him. And appeals for a penalty. Not for the first time, the referees having none of that, but they do get a free kick. And another yellow card is brandished. Sidney Peck, the latest booking. Who spent time on the books of Brighton and Cambridge before moving to Arsenal, joined Sheffield United 3 years ago. It was right on the edge, wasn't it? Almost a swan dive from Sakamoto to try and get himself into the area when he knew he was going down, but it is a dangerous position. It's Rodoni who stands over it. De Silva and Sheaf are options on the edge of the box. They stand unattended. The referee tells Binks and Robinson to calm things down a bit. Rodoni plays it short to Sheaf. Side-footed through a crowd of players. And Sheffield United's players are fuming that it's a corner. Rodoni to take this one as well. We know the kind of bullet effort that Ben Sheaf has got on him. This time it's played in and flicked goalwards, unmarked. It's the equaliser. And it's Bobby Thomas with the goal. And for the second time in this game, Coventry City are level. It was a contentious corner in the first place, with Sheffield United contesting whether it came off of one of their players or Coventry's. But from their many set-piece opportunities, they finally find a way through. Rodoni's delivery, and Thomas. With a timely first goal of the season. Another yellow card. Falls into the bracket of taking one for the team. Rodoni there, preventing the counter-attack. Tip towards the edge of the box and not back in. The goal scorer Thomas heads the ball away. Sakiri now. Souza goes down. Nothing given this time though. And Sheaf tells him to get back up on his feet. The way this game has gone, and the way these two sides have got themselves involved in one or two things in the heat of the moment, you feel like there could still be another moment of controversy in this final 8-9 minutes or so. If from Mason Clark, skimmed off the head of Gilchrist. Sakamoto lays it back to Van Eyck. Rodoni. Mason Clark onto his right foot, twisting and turning, and a low ball played in by De Silva. Really good play from Van Eyck to keep the ball in play and to build another attack for Coventry. It's Sheaf now. Lovely ball from Sheaf through to Thomas Asante. De Silva crosses. Lunar can't get it clear. And Michael Cooper will eat up every valuable second on the ball now. They may well have led twice. And Sheffield United might well be happy to take a point from this one now. It's struggling Coventry City who look the most likely to find a way through. Since that red card for Ahmedodic, Coventry have had 7 efforts at goal, 2 on target. Sheffield United have had none. Mason Clark now. He's the target. The ball goes into the area. The flag was up, so no decision for the referee to make there. We are entering a relentless programme of matches now, and if it is Frank Lampard who comes into Coventry, you can't get a much tougher introduction away to Burnley on Tuesday night, followed by a return here to the CBS Arena next weekend with another managerless team as things stand. Cardiff City, the visitors. It's back with Collins, who plays the ball out short to Biggs. Nice pass from De Silva. Strong challenge though from Sariki. Sheaf. Heavy touch off the chest of Thomas Asante. And Cooper pounces on the ball. Sheffield United have only lost 2 points from winning positions this season. That statistic is about to be doubled by the looks of things here. Mason Clark overhits it to De Silva. He does actually manage to win the ball back. Rather sloppy defending from Sheffield United there. They do get the ball away eventually. And a tug of the shirt. And Onar wins a free kick to ease a bit of pressure. There's been talk of a sporting director coming in to aid the new manager at the club. As Coventry look to begin a new era after 8 years under Mark Robins that had 4 Wembley trips, 2 promotions. Only 2 other managers in Coventry City's history, Gordon Milne and Harry Storer, have managed more games than Mark Robins. Should it have been a corner? Well, from this angle, you would say yes. Should the marking on Bobby Thomas have been better to prevent the equaliser? Absolutely. Categorically, yes. Sims. Heck beaten to the ball by Binks. Sakamoto's pass. And Sims does well to make something of it. His header. It's out for a throw-in to be taken by Bidwell. Both sides maxing their substitutes for the final minutes of the game. Sakamoto. McCallum. Standing his ground well. He's been solid since coming on. Van Eyvijk. It's a deep delivery. And it's headed behind for a corner with Binks arriving in the box. Coventry are going for this. They're committing players forward. Vinicius Souza seems to have caught the ball in a painful area, which at the very least gives Chris Wilder an opportunity to pass on a few instructions as we find out just how much time they need to hang on for. There's the answer. 7 minutes of stoppage time. Can certainly tell who the more anxious of the two sets of supporters are right now. Their return to the Championship's been a pretty fun experience so far. They've already won 15 more points than they did in the Premier League last season. But their winning run doesn't now look as though it will be extended to 5 matches. If you'd done a survey of Sheffield United fans before this game, wonder how many would say they'd take 4 points from the next 2. They do have to beat Oxford at home for that to happen on Tuesday night. But a draw away at Coventry, in the circumstances anyway, even though they led twice, is one that you might take. Maybe more damaging though is the fact they'll be without Anel Akhmedodic for the next 3 matches, which, given Ollie Arblaster's long-term injury, as Ellis Sims now breaks the lines and gets into the box. He needs support, cuts it back. Sousa, who is still clearly struggling, gets it away. And that's another important player that Sheffield United really could do without losing. Sakamoto. His cross is flicked on. Redoni's header straight at the goalkeeper. His head's in his hands because that was a good opportunity. What a ball that is from Redoni. Sakamoto, strong challenge, nothing wrong with it. And Jack Robinson concedes the throw. Coventry are looking for the late winner. They got one, and it finished 3-2 against Oxford earlier this season. They got one, and it finished 3-2 against Luton earlier this season. Can they do it again? Mason Clark's cross, and the header's wide from Brandon Thomas Asante. Plenty of positives still for the new manager, as and when he does come in. Nevertheless, coming into this weekend, just a point above the relegation zone, with most of the other teams still to play later this afternoon. Coventry may well be looking over their shoulders as we head towards a full fixture list in midweek. Unless, with this attack, they can find themselves a late winner. Mason Clark plays it in field to Binks. Sakamoto finds Ivike on the overlap. McCallum concedes a corner. 4 of the 7 minutes of stoppage time have gone. They scored the equaliser from a corner from the same position. Thomas is forward again. So too Bidwell, so too Binks. It's Redoni's ball in. Thomas, the target again. It skims off the top of his head though, and it's behind for a goal kick, which Michael Cooper will take as much time as possible, I'm sure. 90 seconds remain. Sidney Peck puts the ball through. Lunar trying to canter in behind the defence. Solitary figure in a Sheffield United shirt forwards. Bidwell. Well, poor pass, but then put out of play by Siriki, and they take the throw quickly. It's played in by Sheaf, and Cooper, at the second time of asking, confidently pounces on the loose ball. Only the second time in 11 matches this season that Sheffield United has scored first and failed to win. Sousa. Lunar's touch finds Peck, and Peck, a bit of a hidden hope over the top, but he can't get there. And Thomas, the scorer of the equaliser, this time goes long. Rodoni. It's a Coventry City throw. Launched long by Panaiva, too long behind for a goal kick, and that should just about be that. Just to agitate those supporters behind the goal a little more. A drink from the water bottle before pondering over this goal kick. It's played downfield by Cooper. Back to Collins. Coventry fans want it forward, and they want it forward quickly. And the ball's at the feet of Ben Sheaf, a player who can make things happen. So too can Sakamoto. Sakamoto's cross is cut out by McCallan. Surging run to try and get there as it's played back to Collins. And that is the full-time whistle. Chris Wilder. Well, you don't need to be a lip reader, you don't need to be an expert on body language to see his anger and disappointment at the end. Sheffield United led twice in this game, but then, crucially, they lost Anel Ahmedodic to a red card, a straight red card, just before half-time, after he got involved in an incident with that man, Norman Bassett, who scored the first equaliser for Coventry City. 10 men, the Blades held on until 10 minutes from time, and they were done by a set piece headed home by Bobby Thomas. So honours even in what might be the final match under the interim charge of Rhys Carr. Coventry due to name their new manager imminently. But Carr's 2 games he's taken charge of against the top 2 in the Championship have both ended in highly credible 2-2 draws. It's a platform, albeit a small platform to build on for the new man when he does come in. For Sheffield United, frustration and disappointment. Their squad is severely tested, but they come away from here with a 2-2 draw. It finishes here, Coventry City 2, Sheffield United 2.